Anger, a force so potent it can cloud judgment, distort reason, and push us to act against our own best interests. It's a storm within, sometimes sudden and fierce, sometimes slow and simmering. But what if we told you that the ancient Stoics crafted a roadmap to navigate this tempest? What if you could not only understand this emotion from a philosophical standpoint, but harness and transform it? Dive with us into the profound wisdom of Stoicism and envision a life where anger becomes a challenge you master, not a chain that binds you. Centuries ago, Stoicism emerged from the heart of ancient Greece, offering a philosophy that remains ever relevant even to modern challenges like handling anger. While the world has changed, human emotions remain a constant. Today, we'll embark on a journey tracing the footsteps of Stoic greats to uncover techniques for true self-control. Number 1, recognize the trigger. At the very heart of our anger, you'll often find a trigger, something that sets off the fiery reaction within us. But it's crucial to discern that more often than not, it's not the event or situation itself that stirs this emotion. Rather, it's our perception, our interpretation of that event. Let's delve a little deeper. Think of a moment when something seemingly insignificant irked you. Was it truly the event, or perhaps the story you told yourself about it? In Stoic philosophy, Epictetus once said, "People are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them." It underscores the importance of perception over reality. By recognizing and understanding our triggers, we can start to challenge our immediate reactions. Ask yourself in those heated moments, is it genuinely the situation causing this surge, or is it the lens through which I'm viewing it? By interrogating our perceptions, we take the first step in regaining control over our responses, turning reflexive reactions into reflective responses. Number 2, reframe the situation. It's astounding how a simple shift in perspective can change our entire emotional landscape. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, provided a profound insight into this with his observation. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them. Such wisdom prompts us to question the power we give to external events. Consider this. When someone hurls an insult, are those words inherently hurtful, or do they become hurtful because of the weight we assign to them? Similarly, when faced with a setback, do we view it as a dead end or as a detour leading us to a new, potentially more fruitful path? The beauty of Stoicism lies in its encouragement to challenge and shift our perceptions. Instead of accepting our initial viewpoint as the ultimate truth, we're urged to question it, dissect it, and see if there's another angle that serves us better. It's about adopting a proactive mindset rather than a reactive one. So the next time you're confronted with a situation that stirs up strong emotions, pause and ask, how can I reframe this? Is there another way to perceive this that is more aligned with reason and growth? Remember, the power to redefine any situation lies within you. Number 3, pause before reaction. There's a profound strength in stillness, a sentiment echoed by the Stoic emperor, Marcus Aurelius. He famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This strength often manifests most potently in those moments when we choose to pause and reflect, rather than react impulsively. Consider a moment when anger bubbles up within you. That intense urge to react, to lash out, can feel almost overpowering. But what if, in that heated second, you chose to pause? To take a deep breath and step back from the precipice of impulsive reaction. By giving yourself this brief interlude, you allow space for reflection and reason to re-enter the picture. Asking yourself, will this matter tomorrow, next week, a year from now, provides perspective. More often than not, you'll find that what seemed monumental in the heat of the moment loses its significance with time. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means giving yourself the chance to respond rather than react, to choose a path that aligns with wisdom and long-term well-being rather than short-lived satisfaction. In that pause lies the essence of Stoic self-control. Remember, every time you opt for reflection over reaction, you're training your mind for greater resilience and equanimity. Number 4, the power of empathy. Empathy stands as one of humanity's most profound abilities. It's our bridge to understanding, the tool we use to step into another's shoes and perceive the world from their vantage point. The Stoics, with their wisdom rooted in rationality and introspection, recognize this power. Seneca, one of the most notable Stoic thinkers, once remarked, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality." This insight is as profound as it is curious. Studies have shown that our brains have mirror neurons, cells that respond similarly when we perform an action or when we witness someone else perform that action. This mirroring is the neurological basis of empathy. It's how we can feel others' pain or joy. Applying this to anger when confronted with a situation that provokes this emotion, considering the other person's perspective becomes paramount. Maybe they had a distressing day, or they're dealing with issues you're unaware of. By choosing to understand and empathize, you not only open doors to potential solutions, but also reduce the emotional intensity of the situation. It's curious how a philosophy from ancient Greece intertwines so seamlessly with modern neuroscience, isn't it? But it reaffirms the idea. Empathy is powerful. By seeking to understand rather than judge, we pave the way for harmony and mutual respect. So the next time anger comes knocking, let empathy answer the do. Number 5, release expectations. History is replete with tales of expectations leading to downfall. One poignant example is that of Julius Caesar. Rome's renowned leader had an unyielding belief in the loyalty and love of those closest to him. He held certain expectations of trust, yet it was this very trust, these very expectations, that paved the way for his infamous assassination on the Ides of March. The senators, whom he expected loyalty from, turned their blades against him. Bringing this lesson to our lives, anger often finds its roots in our own set expectations. Whether it's believing someone should act in a particular way, or hoping circumstances will unfold as we wish, when reality diverges from our expectations, frustration and anger can swiftly follow. But the Stoics offer a remedy. As they have continually stressed, the only true domain you have control over is yourself, not external events or others. Instead of setting yourself up for disappointment by placing heavy expectations on things outside your control, focus on refining your own character, reactions, and beliefs. In the end, by releasing these expectations and understanding the boundary of control, you can navigate life with tranquility and rationality that even the greats like Caesar might have envied. Number 6, adopt the 10-year test. Imagine yourself 10 years from now. Picture where you are and what you're doing. Now, from that perspective, look back at this moment that has made you angry. Does it still matter? The Stoics always looked at the bigger picture, and this modern-day Stoic technique can immediately put things into perspective. Consider this. You're stuck in a traffic jam and you're late for a meeting. The immediate reaction might be anger, but apply the 10-year test. 10 years from now, will this traffic jam matter? Likely not. This immediate shift in perspective can dampen the flames of your fury. Number 7, the feedback filter. In our modern world, feedback is instantaneous. From Yelp reviews to instant performance feedback at work, we're constantly being judged. However, it's essential to filter this feedback. Constructive criticism is valuable, but random negative comments devoid of any constructive element are best discarded. Remember the last time you received a negative comment or feedback. Was it constructive? If yes, use it. If it was just someone venting out, discard it. Stoics believe in valuing reasoned judgment. In today's terms, it means discerning the valuable feedback from mere noise. Today, as we are bombarded with digital information, from social media notifications to endless emails, we can either drown in the chaos or choose to derive insights from these modern-day datasets. By applying Stoic principles to our daily lives, especially in this age of information overload, we equip ourselves with the tools to sift through the noise, identify patterns, and respond not with impulsive emotion, but with reasoned logic and understanding. To all of you absorbing this, imagine the power you hold when you treat each day as a chance to gather, analyze, and gain insights from your personal datasets. As you embrace the challenges, sift through experiences, and make choices, you're not just living, You're curating a rich data set that can lead you to unparalleled self-awareness and mastery. Every time you choose reason over reaction, you're adding a positive data point to your life's graph. Every lesson, every introspective moment adds value to your existential data set, making your life's narrative richer and more meaningful. Thank you for joining me on this thought journey. As you navigate through the vast data sets of life, always remember, it's not just about the data we gather, but the insights we derive, the patterns we recognize, and the transformative actions we take. Stay curious, stay inspired, and never stop learning from the gifts life offers.